Hey Sainers, welcome back to the Saints TV YouTube channel and welcome to 5 things we learned for round 14 off the back of our 72-point loss to the Western Bulldogs. As always, thanks to our sponsor of this series, Mornington Peninsula Brewery. Check out their website at mpbrew.com.au. Okay, number 1. We learned nothing from the last time we played the Bulldogs. In fact, the last 2 times we played the Bulldogs, we just let them play the exact same way. We just let them dictate the game and the exact same result. That is 60 points, 71 points, and 72 points in the last 3 times we've played them. And I wasn't expecting to win yesterday, but I was certainly expecting a more competitive performance and something that at least took into account what happened last time and maybe ways that we can combat that. We talk about having Ross and Corey Enright and some really good heads in the coaching box. We've had 8 weeks to really nut it out. Look at how other teams have taken the game to the Bulldogs, how Hawthorn might have beaten them a week ago. But if you watch the replay of last night and then you watch the replay of round 6 or whatever it was and then round 3 or 4 last year, I think also a Thursday night game, they're all the same game. And that's the really upsetting thing is that the lineup changes, the tactics change somewhat, and the outcome is exactly the same. That's the most disappointing part is I would have taken... I can cop a loss. We can all cop a loss. But to see it be unraveled the exact same way was just so predictable and inevitable. And that was really disappointing. Number 2, and this I'll give this one to Woody. We went to the game last night together and he made a good point. Experience, what the hell does that stand for? Experience at this moment in time stands for very little. If you are one of the experienced players, what does that mean? What does that mean? If you have got 150, 160 games experience, maybe even upwards of 200, but you are playing like you are 15 games into your career, that experience stands for nothing and you should not be out there. I would much rather see an actual first year, second year player get a go because they're going to be part of the long-term plan than playing experience for the sake of playing experience. If you do not run out there and look like you are better than a young kid playing at VFL, you should not be playing. And that is as simple as that. I would much rather cop a loss like last night, having a full field of exactly the type of team that maybe in 3 or 4 years' time is the vision and what might take us forward, than having players that are not going to be there in 3 or 4 years. Dare I say even a year, running around, doing seemingly nothing. So experience or not, we need to cut the fat and really start playing players that we see a future at the club and not players that might get us a little soft win between now and the end of the season. I want to see the future. Number 3, Windy is heart and soul. I'm really proud of the way Windy's gone about his footy in the last 3 weeks. Since I kind of called him out on this very video, I think it might have been after the West Coast game, maybe even before that. He's been really good, and he was one of the maybe 2 or 3 players last night that could really walk off that field and feel proud of his individual efforts. His chase down and his goal was exceptional, and the fact that he went to Bontempelli, had 16 disposals of his own and kicked a goal and kept Bont to 14 and a point, considering how Bont absolutely terrorized us last time we played them, that was something that was an improvement from last time. Dare I say the only thing that improved from last time was the fact that we kept Bont quiet. But of course, other midfielders got off the chain and hit the scoreboard instead. Windy, you did your job, mate. It's a shame your teammates didn't follow suit. Number 4, we're not exciting. We're just not exciting. I was thinking after the game, when was the last time we went to a game and there was a player there that, you know, you kind of got on the edge of your seat when the ball was near them. You know, had that, I hate to say it, but that aura of something could happen out of nothing. Or, you know, if the ball's being kicked into them, you know, the crowd is anticipating a big mark or a moment in the game. Even if you're losing. Because I saw a comment, I think it might have been on Big Footy, it's like, even Ratton years when we were losing and losing badly, it was still kind of exciting to see Jack Stephen run out of the midfield full of speed and kick it to Bruce and the whole crowd go, Bruce, you know, like there was just something, there was some energy in the air, even if you were losing. Last night, and for a lot of the losses this season, especially the ones against the Dogs, it's cold, it's quiet, there is absolutely no excitement. And I know Naz is a superstar and he's very exciting to watch when he's up and about. But even then, you're kind of like worried about what's going to happen after he gets rid of it because he's not the end piece. He's kind of the kickstarter in the back half. But once it gets past him, and if he doesn't turn it over, someone else will. And you just kind of don't get excited because of that reason. I dare say it. This might be, I don't know, it might stir the pot a little bit. But even having King in some games over the last 2 years and the ball's going into him, you kind of anticipate something might happen because Max King is flying for it. And he's a dangerous player. We have no fear factor. The Bulldogs knew they were going to win that game last night before they ran out. I'm telling you now, they felt it, and the Saints players felt it. The fact that we sat back, that told the Bulldogs, we've got this. They're playing defensive. They're scared of us. There's maybe 5 or 6 Bulldogs players that we might have been fearful of going into last night. Sam Darcy being one of them. Bont, Richards, even Rory Lobb in the back half was a worry because you didn't want to kick it near him because he'd mark it. There's not one player on that ground last night that a Bulldogs player could tell you they were worried about. I'd be shocked if they'd named one. Even Naz, they wouldn't have been worried about Naz. They'd be cautious to make sure that his kicks didn't, create too much, but they wouldn't have been worried about it. Number 5, our bad is just absolutely dreadful. The gap between our best and our worst, a lot of people say is huge. I'm worried that it's not as big as we think. At the moment, at least. I can't say that we've had the best 4-quarter game we've played this season is Fremantle. But apart from that, really, we've had a lot of bad patches in our wins and, of course, in our losses. And we are just non-competitive when we're bad. The second a team gets 2 or 3 goals up, we don't rally. We don't have on-field leadership that just tells the troops to keep going. We don't have one bloke that puts everyone on their shoulders and says, you know what, stuff you guys, I know you're having a shit day, but I'm going to take the reins here and I'm going to bring us back into this game and kick a big goal or take a big mark, like a big tackle. Our bad is just bad. It's such a worry when we aren't great. There's no good, okay, gallant in defeat. We don't have that. It's just we're great and we'll win, or we're the worst team in the comp and you get what you get last night. It's just such a hard watch. I mean, it's just, it's tough. So that's kind of my 5 things. Put your 5 things in the comments. I could have gone into more, but I think you kind of get the gist of it. Number 1, we learned nothing from last time, which is incredibly disappointing considering the coaching staff we have and the fact that we don't have the talent or, the X factor to beat the Dogs on just playing football. We need to be strategic and smart, and we just were not. We were lazy, lackadaisical, and soft last night. Number 2, experience stands for very little if you are not delivering on that experience. You shouldn't be playing. Number 3, Windy's heart and soul. He's really lifted in the last 3 or 4 weeks, and he's one of the rare players that can hold his head high. Number 4, we're not exciting. We don't have any fear factor. There's not one player on that field right now that would be a nightmare for the opposition. And number 5, our bad is just absolutely dreadful. Our average losing margin is about 56 points. I know outliers. We've got 2 games over 70 against the Dogs. We've also got 60 against Adelaide. We've got 45 against Brisbane. 28 even against West Coast away. You might as well say that's a 10-goal loss. Yeah. We've got Collingwood next. Let's see what happens. Put your thoughts in the comments, Saners. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and as always, go you mighty Saners. See you guys.
Get the speaker box loud, hitting that stuff till you hearing that sound.